is speed control method, speed control of induction machine. So the induction machine speed control can be possible in the two side. One is the stator side and another one is the rotor side. So NR is the rotor speed. So this speed has to be controlled. Rotor speed has to be controlled actually. NR equal to NS into 1 minus S. NR is the rotor speed, NS is the stator flux speed, and slip is S is the slip. Slip S equal to NS minus NR by NS. So from this, a starter side control is starter voltage control method and starter frequency control method and pole changing method. And a pole changing method is suitable only for squirrel cage induction machine. It is not suitable for slip ring induction machine. Because in the slip ring induction machine, poles are manually changed poles, and in a squirrel cage induction machine, poles are automatically changed poles. A starter voltage control method and, and starter frequency control method, both for squirrel cage induction machine and slip ring induction machine. And now coming to the rotor side control. In rotor side control, it is by rotor resistance control and EMF injection method and cascade method. So it is for slip ring induction machine. It is for slip ring induction machine. So rotor resistance control method, EMF injection method and cascade control method is suitable for slip ring induction machine because in a rotor resistance is not externally connected to squirrel cage induction machine, but in a slip ring induction machine, rotor resistance is connected externally through the brushes and slip rings. And EMF injection method. So this method is not suitable for squirrel cage induction machine because EMF cannot be injected in the rotor because rotor winding is not connected outside in squirrel cage machine. So in a cascade method, it can be possible for both the machines, in a squirrel cage and slip ring induction machines. The speed, torque, and power characteristics here. The speeds are taken as a reference. The speeds are varies from 0 to maximum values. So we can say that it can be divided into two groups: below speed. Below means below rated speed, and it is above rated speed. So see here, below rated speed and above rated speed. At below rated speed, speeds are proportional to power because power equal to torque into angular velocity. Then speeds are proportional to p by t. When p equal to t omega, then omega equal to p by t. But at the same time, one variable is varying, that power or torque. If power is variable, then torque is constant. If torque is variable, then power is constant. So here, to get a variable speed at below rated condition, it's possible by the power variations. And to get a above rated speed, the power is constant and it is possible by the torque variations. If torque values are decreasing, and speeds are increasing at above rated conditions. Here speeds are increasing at below rated speed because power and speeds are proportional. Power is varies by the voltages because power and voltage are direct relations. If voltages are increasing, powers are increasing, and speeds are increasing. So voltage is varied up to rated value. Voltage is varied up to rated value. So in a starter voltage control method, T proportional to SV1 square, T by S proportional to V1 square. If voltages are reduced to maintain torque constant, slips are increasing. When slips are increasing, speeds are decreasing. So NR is reduced. So torques are constant, so the S1 V1 square equal to S2 V2 square. So voltage must not be increased to above rated value. Must not be increased above rated value. A three-phase 4 power 50 Hz induction machine, when it is connected to a 400 volts running at 1450 rpm, if supply voltage is reduced to half, then speed of induction machine is S1. Find the speed of induction machine. So a induction machine is running at 1450 rpm when supply is 400 volts. Then find voltage reduced to half, that means 200 volts. When the 200 volt is given, then what is the speed of induction machine, what we have to calculate. So voltage is reduced. In this problem, voltage is reduced. The voltage is reduced means slips must be increases. So we have to find the new slip. So that can be possible by the, we know that formula torque T equal to S1 V1 square and torque equal to S2 V2 square. Here torque is constant in the both condition. S1 V1 square equal to S2 V2 square. S1 is the slip initial condition and voltage V1 is the initial voltages. S2 is the required slip and V2 is the voltage, reduced voltage. So S2 equal to V1 by V2 square into S1. S2 equal to 400 by 200 square into S1. NR equal to NS 1 minus S. NS is the 1500. 1 minus 0.12. NR equal to 1320. Pole changing method. Next one is the pole changing method. This method is easily applicable to the squirrel cage induction machines. Because in a squirrel cage induction machine, if any changes in stator poles, that same change is done automatically in the rotor poles. So the rotor poles are here induced poles. If any changes in stator poles, that same changes will be done automatically in the rotor. This method is easily applicable to the squirrel cage induction motors. In squirrel cage induction motor rotor, if any changes in stator, same changes will be done in automatically in the rotor. In this method, variable speeds is not possible because it is a fixed speeds. When there is a four conductors or group of conductors are see here, if there is a four group of conductors, the first conductor, second and third, fourth conductor is there. In a first conductor, it is a cross mark. Cross mark indicates that incoming current, and dot mark indicates that outgoing current. And third conductor is again cross mark, and fourth conductor is a dot mark. So then there is a alternative incoming and outgoing conductors are there. In this condition, the four group of conductors. In this condition, if cross conductor gives the clockwise flux and dot conductor gives the anti-clockwise flux, so cross conductors gives the clockwise and dot conductor gives the counterclockwise flux. So between 1 and 2, the conductor both fluxes are in downward directions. Because of conductor 1 and because of conductor 2, fluxes are in the downward direction. See, observe that downward direction. So fluxes are inside of the machine. So there is a north pole is formed between the 1 and 2 conductor. So now observe the between conductor 2 and 3, fluxes are upward direction because of two conductor and because of third conductor. Because of second and third conductor, fluxes are in the upward direction. So the fluxes are going outside of the machine, then it can be say that south pole. And because in the third and fourth conductor, because of third and fourth conductors, the fluxes are in the downward direction. So there is a north pole. There is a formation of north pole. Formation of north pole. So there is a formation of four poles. If there is a by the four conductors, we can form a by this structure we can form the four poles. So by the four poles we get a 1500 rpm. So by we get a 1500 rpm. So by the same connection can be done in the another manner. So see the second group here. The second group, the conductor same groups are same. 1 2 3 4 conductors. In the one conductor is cross and second conductor is dot, and third conductor here also a dot conductor, and fourth conductor is a cross conductors, not like first one. And the second one there is a the conductor directions are current directions are changed. So because of conductor 1 and 2, the fluxes are in the downward direction, so formation of north pole. Because of conductor 2 and 3, fluxes are because of second conductor, fluxes are in upward direction, and due to third conductor, fluxes in the downward direction. So there is a flux cancellation between the second and third conductors, and because of third and fourth conductor, fluxes are in because of third conductor, fluxes are in the upward direction, and because of fourth fluxes in the upward direction. Between 3 and 4, fluxes in the upward direction. So there is a formation of south poles. So it can be clearly says that when there is a two similar conductors, two similar polarity conductors are there, between that there is no pole formation. There is no pole formation. When there is a dissimilar polarities of pole conductors are there, then only the poles are formed in the machine. So by this structure we can construct a two pole machine. Poles to ns equal to 3000. Here is the ns equal to 3000 value. So by this way we can vary the speed of the rotor. When NS is the 3000, then NR is nearly 3000, that less than the 3000. So NS equal to 1500, that means the NR values are nearly 1500. And the next method is a frequency control method. In a frequency control method, so this is suitable for the both squirrel cage and slip ring induction machines. NS equal to 120 F by P. NS equal to 120 F by P. When the frequencies are changes, then NS values also changes. When NS values are changes, then NR values are changes. By frequency control method, it is suitable for the below and above rated speed applications. As in the last, stator voltage control method is suitable for below rated applications, below rated speed applications, and pole changing method is suitable only for fixed voltage control method. And frequency control method is suitable for below rated speed applications and above rated speed applications. V by F control method proportional to flux V maximum. So it is from the EMF equation E equal to 4.44 FO N1 pi. So from that equation we can say that V by F proportional to pi, it is proportional to V maximum. To reduce the speed, if frequency is reduced, flux is increasing and V maximum value is increasing. So when there is a increasing in flux, the magnetic saturation will be occurs. So if decreasing frequency alone, then flux is increasing and B maximum is increasing. B max is flux density. The flux density increasing in the machine is not a good. So there is a magnetic saturation. So by that the stator core or the rotor core lost their magnetization property. So the frequency reduction in a machine is a not good method. So hence to get a reduced speeds only frequency variation is not good. So the frequency variation alone is not good. So we Google if frequency is increasing, then T maximum torque is decreasing, and if frequency is increasing, slip at maximum torque will be decreases. Slip at maximum torque is decreasing, and TST proportional to 1 by F cube. Frequency increasing, starting torque also decreases slightly. If frequency is increases, maximum torque and maximum slip and starting torque will be decreased. To avoid this all these drawbacks, V1 by F ratio maintained constant. V1 by F ratio maintained constant. V1 is the supply voltage and F is the supply frequency. Maintain constant. Pi r is also constant. The corresponding speed control is called the V1 by F constant. So the corresponding speed is V1 F constant. So in frequency control method, Ns equal to 120 F by P. Ns values are proportional to frequency. Frequencies are decreasing, then Ns values are decreases. When Ns values are decreasing, the Nr values are decreases because Nrs are directly proportional to Ns. Nrs are, that is rotor speeds, are directly proportional to synchronous speed. If synchronous speeds are decreasing, the rotor speeds also decreases. So to decrease the frequency, to decrease the stator flux speed, that is Ns value, frequency decreases. So if the frequency decreases, flux is increasing and flux density is increasing. So this leads to magnetic saturation in the stator core. So decrease the voltage and frequency constantly so that the flux will be constant in the machine. When flux is maintained constant, V1 by F1 ratio is reduction is constant. So by that method we get a decreased speed in the induction machine. So we know that very important here, frequency is decreasing, torques are decreasing. Frequency is decreasing, torques are increasing, and frequencies are increases, torques are decreases. It is a inverse relation. So this method is also called the variable voltage, variable frequency control method. So variable voltage, variable frequency control method is suitable for the below rated speed applications, below rated speed control application. So to get a below rated speed in an induction machine, variable voltage, variable frequency control method is suitable. So it's below rated speed, variable voltage, variable frequency. Voltages and frequencies are decreased, flux is constant, T maximum is constant. Maximum slip Sm proportional to 1 by F and TST proportional to 1 by F. T maximum proportional to 1 by F square. At steady state condition, TEM is the electromagnetic torque. Electromagnetic torque is equal to load torque. When electromagnetic torque is equal to load torque, then the machine is operating under steady state condition. Or in that condition, torque and slips are linear. Torque slips are linear. TS starting torque 3, 2 and 1. So it is for with F1, F2, F3 variations. F1, F2, F3 variations. So maximum slip Sm S3, SM2, SM1. So if there is an increasing in the frequency, the starting torques are decreases. If increasing in frequency, starting torques are decreases, and slip at maximum torque also decreases. So see the graphical representation here. So frequency F1 to F3, frequencies are decreasing because F1 is greater than F2 and F3. At F3 there is a large torque. F3 is lower frequency. F3 is the lower frequency. At that the torque is more. TST1 is at F1. TST1 is the lowest value. TST1 is the starting torque 1. It is the lowest value. This value is at F1. F1 is the highest frequency. So slips and speeds are inverse relation. When slips are 0, NR is equal to NF. And slips are 1 when NR equal to 0. V by F proportional to flux. And I mu proportional to 1 by cos pi. Proportional to ST proportional to 1 by SM. The machine acts as a constant torque variable power drive. Constant torque variable power drive. The constant torque variable power drive means the machine is operating under below rated speed. So it is from the speed power torque equation. Speed power torque equation. At below rated speed, power is variable, torque is constant. So variable voltage, variable frequency drive is a constant torque variable power drive. In variable voltage, variable frequency drive, flux is constant, slip speed constant, that is ns minus nr is constant. Point that ns minus nr is constant. V1 by F1 is decreasing, flux is constant, and B maximum is constant, and I mu also constant. SM proportional to TST proportional to 1 by F. From this equation, F1, F2, F3. TST3, TST2, TST1. TST3 is greater than TST2, TST2 is greater than TST1. SM3 is greater than SM2, SM2 is greater than SM1. F1 is greater than F2, F2 is greater than F3. Variable voltage, variable frequency drive. Voltage and frequencies reduced to maintain flux constant. The machine acts as a constant torque variable power drive by VVFT method. In a variable voltage, variable frequency drive, slip speed is constant. Slip speed is constant. So, to get above rated speed values by the frequency control method, voltage is constant, frequency is increased from rated value. Because of frequency is proportional to Ns. If frequencies are increasing, Ns values are increasing. When Ns values are increasing, Nr values are increasing. V by F proportional to pi r. If frequencies are increasing, pi r values are decreasing. Pi r values are decreasing proportional to magnetizing current. I mu is decreasing proportional to 1 by cos pi. Cos pi is increasing proportional to 1 by n. So T maximum proportional to 1 by f square and TST proportional to 1 by f cube. Sm proportional to 1 by f. As frequency is increasing, Tmax, TST, Sm decreases. This motor comes into category of constant power variable torque motors. So above rated speed, only frequency is increasing here, and the frequency only increasing. If frequency only increasing and voltage should not be increases, because voltage cannot be increased above rated values. If voltage is increasing above rated values, there is a mica insulation will be vanish. The insulation will be vanish in the machine. So voltage should not be increases, and if alone frequency is increasing, then flux will be decreases, because inverse relation of flux. Frequency increases, flux decreases. So decreasing in flux, there is no problem in the decreasing in flux. If flux is increases, then only problem, that is a magnetic saturation, but the flux is decreasing here. Flux is decreasing here. So frequency increases, flux decreases. So magnetizing current required decreases, and cos pi r increases, and Nr values are increases. Nr values are increases means rotor speeds are increases because of frequency is increasing. Frequency increases, Ns values are increases, and Nr values also increases. So this method is called variable frequency drive method. Variable frequency drive method. So variable frequency drive method is suitable for above rated speed applications, above rated speed control application. So in the above rated speed control application, the torque is constant, torque is variable, power is constant. Torque is variable, power is constant. So this is the torque frequency with variable frequencies. Frequencies are increasing from F1 to F3. Frequencies are increasing from F3 to F1. Sorry, F3 to F1. Then speeds are increasing from NR3 to NR1. NR3 to NR1. So at above rated speed, variable voltage, variable frequency drive method. Below rated speed, variable voltage, variable frequency drive method. Variable voltage, variable frequency drive. Variable voltage, variable frequency drive. So a frequency control method is over. In a frequency control method, if it is for above rate, below rated speed, variable voltage, variable frequency drive method, and if it is for above rated speed, variable frequency drive method is suitable. So the variable voltage, variable frequency drive is also called below rated speed control method. And in the below rated speed, power is variable and torque is constant. And at above rated, it is a constant power variable torque drive. Next, coming to rotor resistance control method. This method is suitable for only slip ring induction machine. In a rotor resistance control method, external resistance is added into the circuit. Resistance is added to the motor circuit under the loaded condition. So in this method, to maintain the load torque constant, slip varies and voltage constant. In this method, to maintain load torque constant, slip varies and voltage constant. When rotor inserted and rotor resistance is inserted into the old rotor under loaded condition, then slip increases and the rotor speed decreases. Slips are increases and rotor speeds are decreases. Slips are increases and rotor speeds are decreases. So NR equal to NS 1 minus S. So from the torque equation, T equal to K S E2 square R2 by R2 square plus SX2 square. From that, X2 square term is maintained constant. S1 V1 square by R2. It is under the initial condition, equation number 1. And equation number 2, S2 V2 square. S2 V1 square R2 plus R external. Here V1 is constant because the voltage is constant. It is a torque. It is a rotor resistance control method. So S1 V1 square equal to S2 V1 square. So V1 is cancelled. So in the both the condition torque is constant. Torque is constant because of it is a below rated speed application. So it is a below rated speed control method. When it is a below rated speed control method, torque is constant at both the condition. Torque is constant. So below rated speed control, torque is constant. Because of torque is constant, equate the equation number 1 and equation number 2. S1 V1 square by R2 equal to S2 V1 square by R2 plus R external. So V1 square is cancelled. S1 by R2 equal to S2 by R2 plus R external. S1 by R2 equal to S2 by R2 plus R external. S1 is the old slip and S2 is the new slip. So there is a verification problem to the above equation. A 6-pole 50 Hz induction machine running at 950 rpm. A 6-pole 50 Hz induction machine means NS value is 1000. So NR value is 950 rpm. Rotor resistance is 0.2 ohm. If a 0.6 resistance is added to the rotor circuit, then find the speed. So actual rotor resistance is the 0.2 ohm, but now we added 0.6 ohm resistance. 0.6 ohm resistance. Then what is speed? So we know that S1 is 0.05 because of NSC. S1 equal to 1000 minus 950 by 1000. So 50 by 1000 equal to 0.05. S1 equal to 0.05. So substitute the S1 value and R2 value. R2 value is 0.2 and S2 we require the S2 value and by R2 plus R external. R2 is 0.2 plus R external is 0.6 ohms. Then find the S2 value. S2 equal to 0.05 by 0.2 into 0.8. S2 equal to 5 by 100 into 20 by 2 into 8 by 10 equal to 0.2. Substitute that 0.2 S2 value in the equation NR2. NR2 is the rotor speed. NR2 is the rotor speed when extra resistance is added in the circuit. NR2 equal to NS 1 minus S2. NS 1 minus S2. NR2 equal to 1000 into 1 minus 0.2. That is NR2 equal to 800. So by adding the resistance, actually the machine is running at 950 rpm, but by adding the 0.6 ohms of resistance, the machine is running at 800 rpm. Means by adding resistance, we decrease the speeds of induction machine. Decrease the speeds of induction machine. So when speeds are decreasing, it is suitable for the below rated speed condition. So below rated speed condition, power is variable, torque is constant. A rotor resistance control method is a variable power, constant torque drive. So next method is a EMF injection method. Rotor EMF injection method. In a rotor EMF injection method, EMF in a rotor circuit SE2 that equal to I2Z2. Injected EMF frequency and rotor frequency must be same. That is EG in phase to rotor EMF. EG plus SE2 that equal to I2ZS. So draw this equation. Actually there is a SE2 equal to I2ZS. SE2 equal to I2ZS. SE2 equal to I2ZS. I2 equal to SE2 by ZS. I2 equal to SE2 by ZS. But here rotor EMF is not only SE2. Here some EMF is injected in the rotor, that is also added Ej equal to Ej plus Se2 equal to I2 plus I2 into Zs. So Se2 Se2 equal to minus Ej plus I2 Z2 S equal to minus Ej plus I2